Welcome to Whirligig Workshop, where work is done just for fun. This series of videos will cover the journey taken to create a whirligig showing a cyclist with a mechanism moving legs. I will not be showing how to use any equipment, as there are people who can do that better than me. I hope you enjoy the journey as much as I did. This is the third video in the series and deals with construction of the bicycle. The bicycle consists of a frame, two wheels and two axles. We start this off by cutting 3 bits of 6mm ply, and it's the size of the bike. We also cut 2 pieces of 4mm ply and a bit of hardboard to stop the fraying when it's cut. When we glue it, we have to make sure that we don't get any glue on the frame. Alright, and same with the wheel. You put it on there. The glue is not on the wheel itself. Go. Now we just wait for it to dry. Good. Now, plywood's joined and dried. We now take our template, and again you can draw that on there from the plans if you like. Make sure that it's right. Now, to ensure that stays on, we're going to drill a couple of holes and we're going to put a little screw in there. You don't have to do that, you can just hold it with a clamp. Just drilled a couple of holes. Now what we do is we're going to go and mark these centres, just drilling through the holes. Here we are. Drill all the holes. Got all our holes. Now we mark where the big holes go, and where the little holes go, and where no holes go. Alright. So that is ready to go. There we go. We've drilled our hole in the middle. To ensure the template does not move during drilling, drill one hole and insert a peg. And we've got one here, and then we've got there, and it won't move. What we do now is we go back to the drill and just mark where they are. we are, got all our round bits. Mark, we don't want a hole in there. We're ready to go. Here we are. Says we've got 16mm holes. Now we put a 16mm bit in the drill and we drill through. We're going to do our 30mm holes. Drill the 19mm holes. Make sure you don't drill there. Drill their axle locations to the size of the axles. Now we've got the holes drilled, we now got to mark out the frame and also the wheels. First thing we do, we join the edges of the holes. outlined. We put a line here, about 15 millimeters up. So our initial cut will actually be along this line, not this line. This will become evident as we go along. Now go to our wheel and we basically join the dots. And we've now got that all marked out. Again, ready for the scroll saw. Right, we're at the scroll saw and we've got to cut these bits out. So now what we do is we cut the inside of that out. Now we can go do the other ones, but while we're here, we'll do, there we go. Now, be very careful you actually stop. Put the right points, otherwise you ruin it. Now we've got it. You can, if you want to, do that with your scroll saw as well, if you're good. I'm not that good. I've got another way of doing it. This is just a piece of ply with a strip on the back. It's in there. Clamp it down so it doesn't go anywhere. Right. Now before we do this, we have to make just a little groove to actually allow the bandsaw to start cutting. Diameter. All we do. Now we've got our couple of wheels. Right, they just come apart. Now you've two wheels. You've got your frame. And what we have to do with the frame is cut the middle bits, the middle one, there and there, and through there. Yep. We take the middle one out. We've now cut it off here, it off here. So when you put it back together, then have so that your wheels go in there and a wheel can go in there. Alright. Now what we do is we glue that back together. There we go. And we just let that dry. The bicycle parts are now complete and ready for the next stage of construction. The next video in the journey is about the cyclist. So if you have any comments on how I can improve, please post them in the comments. Thank you. Have a nice day.